How's it going, guys? Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to talk about the Analogue Pocket. Now, I'm not going to go into great detail on this video, what is Analogue Pocket. If you're not aware of what it is, you can surely Google it or check out YouTube. There's a lot of YouTubers out there right now, especially the bigger channels that are getting review copies of the Analogue Pocket. And basically, the Analogue Pocket is a piece of hardware that allows you to play your original Game Boy games, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advanced games. And it doesn't emulate the ability to play these games through software. This is done through FPGA, which is basically the internal guts of the Analogue Pocket, is just as it would be inside a Game Boy or a Game Boy Advance, as an example. Now, I knew about the Analogue Pocket. I've known about it for quite a while. The company Analogue, they came out with an FPGA console a couple years ago that basically allowed you to play your NES games. Beautiful console. And then they had the Analogue Super NT, which allowed you to play your Super NES games, high resolution. And then they had the Mega SG, which came out, 2 years ago? And you could play your Sega Genesis games on a modern TV. And I was very close to buying one of those. I never pulled the trigger on it. Now, when I heard about the Analogue Pocket, I was extremely interested. Obviously, those of you who watch my channel, I'm a huge fan of the original Game Boy. And over the last couple of years, I've really become invested in the Game Boy Advance. I've been picking up more Game Boy Advance games over the last couple of months. And hopefully one of these days I'll post a video showing you guys some of those pickups as well. So anyhow, the Analogue Pocket, I guess there was a pre-order that went up maybe a couple of months ago. I've been busy. I haven't had time to really keep tabs on it. I never got around to potentially pre-ordering one of these consoles. Didn't even really know how much they were. And then fast forward to, yesterday? I don't know if there was like an embargo, but all of a sudden, all the big channels posted their reviews at the same time. And it really piqued my interest again. Wow, wouldn't it be cool to be able to play your old Game Boy games on a modern piece of hardware that basically upscales the resolution to 1600 by 1440 on an LCD display, which also has an SD card port if this console or when this console gets jailbroken. The Analogue Pocket also has, or at least it will have, cartridge adapters, which will be sold separately, that will allow you to play Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket, Neo Geo Pocket Color, and Atari Lynx game cartridges as well. So needless to say, like I said, I started watching these reviews and I'm like, damn, that looks good. And then today, I just happened to be, I guess, in the right place at the right time. Or maybe I was in the right place at the wrong time, or maybe it's the other way around. But I happened to be in front of a computer right when the new batch of pre-orders went live today. I didn't even know about it. I actually went onto the Analogue website just to take a closer look at the hardware, and a pre-order screen popped up, and it said the pre-orders would start at 8 a.m., which was actually 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I guess this company that makes the hardware Analogue, I think they might be based out of the UK. And yeah, I was able to actually pull the trigger right when the pre-order went live, right at the very second. Put my credit card information in as fast as possible, and I was able to secure an order for an Analogue Pocket. Now, just to let you guys know, you can go on there at the time. As of the time of this video, I'm checking right now, and you can still pre-order one of these. But there's going to be 3 blocks of when you'll get your unit. Essentially, it depends on when you pre-ordered it. So if you got in right away, I presume I'll be getting mine first quarter of 2022. That hasn't been confirmed yet. I'm waiting on the email from Analogue, which I should be getting in a couple of days. But like I said, I clicked on the button as soon as it went live. I immediately got put into a queue, and I had to wait 2 minutes. And then after that, like I said, I was able to place my order. So if you were lucky enough, you'll get your Analogue Pocket Q1. If you were slow to pull the trigger, you'll get it the fourth quarter of 2023. Excuse me, 2022. Fourth quarter of 2022. And if you were really slow, you won't be getting your Analogue Pocket until 2023, if you can believe that, if you can wrap your head around that. Those who were able to pre-order it when the original pre-orders went live, I guess a couple of months ago, they're getting their consoles as we speak. So I got just an Analogue Pocket Black model. I didn't get any of the accessories. It seems like Analogue's really sort of trying to upsell the consumer with a lot of accessories that, to be quite honest, none of them really piqued my interest. There's a dock station you can get, which is similar to the dock station on the Nintendo Switch. I don't really care about that. The adapters, don't really care about that. I don't want to play Neo Geo games on this. This is strictly for Game Boy. Sure, it'd be cool to play Game Gear games on it, I guess, but I got enough games. So this wasn't cheap, guys. This was $219.99 USD. So because of, I guess, the chip shortages, the global chip shortages, Analogue thought it would be appropriate to increase the original price of this console, which was $200 to $220. So that sort of rubbed people the wrong way. There was $34.99 for shipping and handling international USD, for a total of $254.98. You convert that to Canadian dollars, that's $326.47. So this is definitely a boutique item. It was a want, not a need. I am excited to get it, don't get me wrong, but it's not for everybody. Obviously, for the cost of what I paid for this, I could have bought a Nintendo Switch. I could have bought a handful, more than a handful of Game Boy games, etc. So at the time of this video, basically the software that's built into the Analogue Pocket, it's undercooked. There's a lot of features that aren't available yet. Not all of the adapters are available at launch. I think for the Game Gear, you can get that adapter. It's like $30 US, but the Neo Geo Pocket and the Atari Lynx cartridges are not available yet. So that's all I got to say about that. I am very excited to get this unit. Hopefully I don't have to wait until 2023 to get it. And when I do get it, obviously I'll post a little bit of an unboxing video. Again, I wasn't posting this video to brag about my purchase. I just wanted to let you guys know that I did purchase one, and I'd like to be able to just show you guys what I think of it once I do get it. And from an unbiased perspective, nobody gave me a review unit. I bought this myself. Now, one thing I do want to mention here, the Game Boy Advance, the SP model, which is what I use to play my Game Boy games. I'm not crazy on the fact that the original Game Boy games sit upside down in that console. It is sort of unorthodox. Also, as well, the SP model, the way it's designed, it's portrait, not landscape, like the original design of the Game Boy Advance. When you've got, big dick beaters like myself, your hands start to cramp up with the way that console is designed. The landscape design is more preferable to a lot of us on the Game Boy Advance. It's just unfortunate that you don't get the nice backlit screen on that model unless you obviously modify your console. So one drawback with the Analogue Pocket, they kind of went with the design aesthetic of the original Game Boy. I kind of wish they would have went with the landscape design of the original Game Boy Advance. That kind of, I don't know, kind of pisses me off. Also as well, similar to what Metal Jesus Rock said, I think the screen, although it's wonderful looking, it could have been a little bit larger. Obviously, you've got the black borders around the screen. I don't quite understand what the purpose was of that. I'm not quite sure. Supposed to be able to get 6 hours of battery life on this thing as well. And I think that's based on if you're running the screen at 75% lighting capacity. So runs on a USB-C power supply, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, Game Boy link cable, micro SD, the whole 9 yards. So this is the Cadillac of Game Boy consoles, absolutely. And I cannot wait to get my hands on this. So what do you think about the Analogue Pocket? Did you guys pre-order one? Are you on the fence about it? Or do you think it's a waste of money? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a good night.